Have you ever heard about cross-site scripting, more commonly known as XSS attacks? Well, if you haven't, or even if you have, but you're not quite sure what it entails, you're in for a treat today. We're about to dive deep into the world of XSS attacks, unmasking the dangers they present and how to fortify against them. Cross-site scripting, or XSS, is a type of security vulnerability typically found in web applications. It enables attackers to inject malicious scripts into websites viewed by other users. Think of it like a wolf in sheep's clothing, hidden within the very fabric of a website, waiting to pounce on unsuspecting victims. Now, you might be wondering, how does this happen? Well, an XSS attack occurs when a web application uses unvalidated or unencoded user input within the output it generates. This allows an attacker to inject a malicious script which runs within the user's browser, giving them access to sensitive information. A scary thought, isn't it? XSS attacks come in three main flavors: stored, reflected, and DOM-based. Stored XSS attacks are those where the injected script is permanently stored on the target servers, such as in a database. Reflected XSS attacks, on the other hand, involve the script being part of a URL, which is then reflected off the web server and run within the user's browser. DOM-based XSS attacks involve an attack payload that manipulates the document object model, altering the website's structure. Now, why should you care about XSS attacks? Well, they are not just harmful. They can be downright devastating. XSS attacks can lead to a breach of user data, hijacking of user sessions, defacement of websites, and even distribution of malicious code to other users. So how can you prevent XSS attacks? There are a few key strategies. First, validate input. Treat all input as untrusted and use a secure method to validate it. Second, encode output. Encoding data that will be output to a browser helps prevent XSS by ensuring the data is displayed to the user properly and not executed. Lastly, use a content security policy, or CSP, which can help prevent XSS by limiting where resources can be loaded from, thus preventing attackers from loading harmful scripts. To sum up, cross-site scripting, or XSS attacks, are a type of security vulnerability that allow attackers to inject malicious scripts into websites. They come in three forms: stored, reflected, and DOM-based. Their consequences can be severe, ranging from data breaches to website defacement. However, by validating input, encoding output, and using a content security policy, you can fortify against these attacks. So the next time you're surfing the web, remember the hidden dangers of XSS attacks and take the necessary precautions to protect yourself and your data.